I do not play PvE survival games alone. Historically, I've just never committed to playing them by myself. Think Subnautica, Valheim, and if you stretch the survival term to encompass games like Terraria, then count those too. I just don't play them alone. Don't get me wrong, this genre is home to some absolutely stellar games that I have enjoyed, but just mostly with friends. So while it's not the biggest compliment that I'll give Grounded to date, it's still absolutely high praise for someone like me to say just how much I've enjoyed it. I think this game is spectacularly well made and worthy of incredibly high praise. However, while others in the genre sit at overwhelmingly positive on Steam, Grounded, a game I think deserves that praise and would probably have it too, sits at very positive. A quick look through the negative reviews reveals that one of the primary, if not only reasons for that is because of the Xbox service and the multiplayer issues, so let's get those two out of the way very quickly. First impressions are everything, not just in life but in gaming too. So when your game opens and the first thing players see is a request to log into a service unrelated to the platform you purchased the game on, such as Epic or Steam, that is a terrible first impression. Not only does it immediately set off red flags in players' minds having had awful experiences with third-party services in the past, but it is a small delay before getting to actually playing the game. This may not seem like a big deal, but it is. Especially if you have to fuck around with the third-party account you're trying to log into or are having reliability issues with that service, both of which happened to my friend and I. To clarify, the game does ask you to log in on launch, but you do not need an Xbox account to play solo. But at that point, the harm has already been done. No matter what platform you're on, players have been experiencing disconnects and consistency issues during multiplayer sessions. When my friend and I have played, not only have we sometimes just not been able to join each other's lobbies, but we've also had disconnects, which destroy the pace and can cause us to lose progress. Yeah, not good. It is a damn shame that these issues are happening to an otherwise incredible game. Not all of what I just laid out will occur in your playtime, but I am certainly warning you. So putting those issues aside, I still highly recommend this game. So here are the 4 reasons why. Let's talk about the execution of the concept. Whether or not Obsidian were inspired by Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is irrelevant. The concept could have just been as simple as a survival game where the players have been shrunk down and challenged to survive in a backyard. I've talked in the past about judging media based on what it set out to achieve. Well, this is a clear-cut case of a concept being executed to almost perfection. The presentation, gameplay, and visuals all do justice to the original idea, and it is magnificent to see a deep desire of mine and so many others come to life in this way, and in this genre too. The concept trickles down through every single area of the game as well. Throughout the whole game, you're discovering resources like chewing gum or pieces of candy and using those to sculpt or enhance creative yet appropriate weapons and gear. Your home base is put together with grass and sticks. Instead of using rope, it's spider silk. Exploration becomes more than just pressing WASD as the easy to reach places have become much harder now that you're so tiny, and enemies and bosses are now insects or creatures we just ignore in our daily life. And the open world, man. I mean, this thing is just beautiful. Some games in this or adjacent genres rely on procedural generation, and while that can be pulled off and exciting, it is hard to beat a perfectly curated open expanse of things to do and treasures to find. I said that I was going to give this game a higher compliment than the one at the start of this video. Well, what if I did something batshit crazy and compared this game's exploration to Skyrim's? Skyrim's open world takes hold of your curiosity like no other open world game to date, and it's a strength some open world games have that's usually achieved when the world is created, so that every time you go out to explore, you're constantly pulled in different directions and rewarded for that exploration. Grounded does this. Grounded actually made me feel a very similar sense of adventure to how Skyrim made me feel. I wanted to go and explore whatever I was looking at because I was excited to see what was there. More so, I was excited to see what I could get from going there because just like Skyrim, Grounded rewards that exploration. Weirdly enough, I also found myself fully enticed in exploration just to see how Obsidian pulled off certain ideas, coming across objects or areas that I would really love to be able to explore in real life from this point of view, but can't because I'm not tiny in real life. Look, the point being, it's awesome to be able to explore a hedge or a pushed over barbecue from this point of view, and again, conceptually, they've nailed it. There's definitely something here about letting the intrusive thoughts win. In this alone, Obsidian shows that they care about how they've carved this open world for you to explore, but they've also put effort into how you explore it. Alright, the mechanics. This is not something maybe you would expect me to talk about in a survival game, and by mechanics I mean the utilization of the keyboard and mouse, but let's get into it. Just moving around in Grounded is a delight. Your character glides around spaces so effortlessly, and Grounded has a super high jump in comparison to other games. What I love about the jump is that there's a longer float time in the air, meaning jumping from place to place is done with ease, and holding down space for longer means a higher jump. Of course, you have control over your movement in the air as well. Chucking on aphid slippers or the natural explorer mutation grants you extra movement speed, which is just so nice. When you sprint, your FOV widens a little, and the head bob amount is the cherry on top to make you really feel the velocity of your movement. This whole system is an amalgamation of choices that make exploring the open world a joy, and the melee combat is simple yet satisfying and is simultaneously beginner friendly while having a reachable skill ceiling that rewards practice. But it's really the movement that does the trick for me. I know that this stuff is super specific, and to some who don't care much about this kind of thing, the way I gloat over these systems is going to sound really weird, but these are design choices I care about. I've grown up playing competitive games where mechanics are everything, and to see effort put into mechanics like this means a great deal to me. Let's talk about the depth in Grounded. A fear associated with committing to some games is the fear of putting so much time and effort into the game only to discover a lot of its mechanics don't go any deeper than the surface level. Grounded has surprising depth. This is a game that has entire RPG mechanics that don't feel out of place and are incredibly rewarding to use. For example, running around grabbing milk molars for quality of life and stat upgrades has direct links to open world exploration and replayability. You can upgrade your weapons and gear with tiers and levels going deep into the endgame. Surprisingly, there's also build variety in this game, something that's on the rarer side of things you'll see in survival games progression systems, but from what I've experienced and seen, it's done excellently, and a great variety of elemental effects are there for you to choose from. However, Grounded's depth goes deeper than just the RPG mechanics. Details in the ecology of Grounded won't go unnoticed. Killing an entire ant nest just to come back the next day and see a bunch of ant larvae, the way spiders sleep during the day and roam at night, or vice versa depending on what spider it is, fireflies coming out to light up the sky at night, the way ants will hunt down weevils and aphids, to the allocation of creatures and their unique biomes. The treasures and secrets of the yard stretch from one end to the other. So many bosses to find, chests, trinkets, molars, raw science, hidden lore, or just a really cool location to explore. Grounded systems have been treated with respect, and therefore so have its players. So those are the core reasons why I've, for once in my life, committed to playing a PvE survival game all the way through, at least until completing the story. There's still a shitload of stuff for me to do though. There's bosses for me to kill, weapons for me to max, and a bunch of other completionist stuff I want to do. And if I want to go for that really rare 0.4% or something achievement for the super win, yeah, I gotta get on it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Go follow my Twitter and my Twitch. Like and subscribe. I hear that helps the algorithm or something like that. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you later. Oh my fucking god! 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 Oh my fucking god!